Lamborghini Revuelto, over 1,000 horsepower, hybrid V12, the first V12 that was a hybrid from Lamborghini ever, and this is the first Lamborghini Revuelto to have a QuickSilver sound architect system on the back. This is a Euro spec car, but I think it would do it justice to hear it for real, so let's get it on the road, let's roll.
there's a V12 sort of howl at the back, but it's not coming through into the cabin horribly.
No, not at all.
Then when you want it, it's there. And the nice thing about this exhaust, it doesn't always have to be screaming its head off. You know, if I roll on a bit of tone,
that's fine.
It's got that lovely kind of 350 to 500 hertz spike that just gives it that nice kind of howling mid-range to it. So you don't always have to be on it to...
Yeah. Like so many of the competitor systems on there are showing you an exhaust loaded with downpipes, but in reality there's a lot of owners that want that, and of course we've got downpipes coming, right? Yeah. But this exhaust you could put on the car in the majority of cases. We can't speak on behalf of the dealer, but generally speaking people are okay with a catback. And it's specifically designed to get all that tone out of it without you having to sort of remap the car or do anything silly to it. Emissions issues or anything. Yeah. What you've heard and what you've seen, I assume you have. Stick around for behind the sounds. We probably me and Ollie will go through the system and the OE system in more detail and show you why it sounds as good as it does. Click and subscribe to our channel, please, if you can. Every little helps, and well, I think we look forward to seeing you all on the next one.
Laters.
Oh, hello there, Ollie.
Oh, hello there, Barry. Fancy seeing you there.
Yeah, I see you've been busy taking this apart.
Oh yeah, it was obviously my hard work and expertise which went into stripping this car.
Well,
so.
one-handed with a cup of tea. That's the way
definitely, it's the way I do it.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm up here in the nerve centre of QuickSilver. Ben's in the background. There you go. Because we have the behemoth that came off that car, and Ollie's about to run up the stairs and basically describe what this is, what it's currently doing, what we're going to do, and all that shenanigans. So proceed, Ollie. What do you think of this?
Well, I think considering the size of the thing, it's a pretty accomplished exhaust. The problem is it just doesn't sound very good, but then again there's various emissions in bureaucratic legislation that dictates that Lamborghini have to make it the way they make it. So it is just over 22 kilos, so you know you'll get a decent workout with this thing.
Yeah.
It's principally the reason that it doesn't sound very good is twofold. One, you've got this crossover pipe here, so there is mixing of gases for sure, but essentially you don't really have a true mixing of both banks, so it's almost like hearing two 6-cylinder BMWs in unison rather than a true V12 note.
I mean, surely the gases just hit each other, so it's not going to flow very well, is it? Or?
Yeah, essentially it's almost a relief balance pipe. So you're correct. The majority of the gases are going here, and there's some mixing in the middle. Of course, there's plenty of applications where that works very well. Aston Martin engines respond very well to an H pipe rather than an X pipe, but Lambos, if you want that shrill sort of real upper accentuation of transient, then you need an X pipe, smashes them together and gets it sounding nice. So
and then so when the valves are shut, it's going through this much narrower.
Yeah, which is
very narrow actually there.
Yeah, which is the majority of the time. And you forget that's got the lagging on it as well. So I think that's a sub. We haven't, obviously we're not going to rip the cladding off this thing, but we had the calipers on the inside, and this is a sub 2-inch section of pipe. I think it's 1 7/8, which is taking 850 horsepower through 1 7/8 section of pipe, and the car spends a majority of its time in these modes. Now, of course, we're quite often famed for our valved systems, but in this instance I think the majority of people are going to be going cat back, and they're going to want it as loud as humanly possible. So I think non-valved is the product strategy for this one.
Hello, Rob.
Hello, Rob. I said just walk into the shop, mate. Sorry. All right. Yeah. No, well, that would be what the camera and the flashing lights
for, mate. And steal the shot like you always do. So yeah, we're going non-valved X. We'll have a crossover X pipe.
Yeah, non-valved crossover X pipe. There are some systems on the market for this already. packaging only allows you to do so much with it, so you see a lot of X-pipes. I think our main brief for this, and we'll obviously detail more about it as we move through the process, but is sustain. So every other system I have seen out there, and we have seen out there, is just pipe work, and therefore the sound is crisp, it's nice, but it's a bit dry. There is no decay to the way, almost think reverberance to the way the note falls away. We're going to play around with some clever little chambering in the middle to not detract from volume or detract from exhaust flow, but just add that bit of decay sustain that you want from the system, so it becomes a little bit more operatic in voice rather than sort of dry and a bit shouty.
It does lack a little bit of tone when I've heard it start up, which we will improve on. Are we going to do something similar with this lovely, beautiful, I mean, it looks like jewellery, this heat cladding and stuff?
It's got to be done. I mean, you look at the amount of heat shielding on the car. This is fully clad, and this is insulated cladding as well, plus double heat shields on the exhaust system, plus outer heat shields on the exhaust. I mean, you clocked it 400 degrees, I think?
Yeah, 449 degrees, yeah, after it done a hot run. Yeah.
So it's running like a Ford GT, which you definitely would not run without a cladding. So again, I think probably where we've seen, not failures, because of course by reducing artificial restriction you drop temperature anyway quite significantly, but I am surprised to see that there's not a system out there with lagging on yet. Yeah. Lamborghini have put this on for a reason, and we're not so arrogant to assume that we should need to use it as well.
No.
So, Ajay, I got to say, we are super proud of this thing. We've got the gold heat-treated shielding on it. I think one of our criticisms of other exhausts on the market, and there's been a couple that have leapfrogged, but is that they're all pipe. You know, like what you're paying for. Like it's, you know, a bit of stainless cut into bloody foam.
Yeah, it's because we're so popular and we're selling so much, the phone always rings. So.
Yeah, exactly. We hope it starts ringing for Lambos, the amount we spent on this development. So, but yeah, so super proud of it. So this is the actual heat insulated lagging. So there is a fibre stuffing in there that will withstand sort of 700-800 degrees, and we baked it on gold just because we think it looks insane. Couple of really intriguing bits on the design. So again, most people have followed the same design ethos. There's only so much that you can do with the packaging, and the main point is that you want to mix the gases from both banks. So the original exhaust sounds a bit like two out-of-phase banks of 6. When you smash them together in the middle in a X-pipe transition or anything else, what you get is that proper howling V12 tone with great accentuations of transient frequency from anywhere from 500 hertz up, and that real kind of tortured, you know, howling soundtrack to it, which is pretty cool.
Are we hoping with the Ford GT V6, we did something similar, and at a certain rev point, the gases smashed together even more and then changed the note significantly?
Yeah.
So that should happen.
Same theory is that you're essentially looking to accentuate transients within the frequency spectrum. On this exhaust, again, sort of one of the criticisms I know that we had of other people's systems is that maybe it sounded a little bit dry, and so we were trying to add what in audio terms is called wetness to the sound, which is to say that we're looking to accentuate reverb or decay. So like in this building, you'll hear a lot of decay and reverb. If I clap like that, you'll hear that it fills the room. And we were trying to bring that theory to the exhaust system. So this here, you'll notice this goes a little bit bulbous here. This is not a straight X pipe. What we have in here is essentially two velocity stacks that feed a sheet metal chamber. Now there's no perforation in it, there's no silencing, but what it does is allow the exhaust to reverberate. So what we're trying to do is add that cathedral-like reverb, so that as the exhaust gets up through the mid-range, you get that real accentuation of tone. And you can actually watch it on an audiograph. Perhaps we can pop one in, but you can actually watch it pull out certain frequencies which are present in the original exhaust but don't exactly exist until you accentuate them with a little bit of magic. So it's taken us, what, 3 iterations, Barry?
Yeah, but then we're here, we've made it.
Yeah,
finally.
Yeah, looks simple, was anything but to get there.
Yeah, and I mean this goldy, bronzy finish, this is we might also offer it in silver, but this is the first edition. It looks fantastic, and well, you know it sounds fantastic because you guys have already heard it, but yeah, I mean it's incredible, and it's just shredded so much weight off the back of the car as well.
Yeah.
I mean you barely lift the OEM system. Yeah, it's absolute, I mean it looks like something out of NASA.
Yeah, it does.
It's just going to the moon.
And critically, you know, this thing, you could get this thing smoking hot, booting flames out the back, and you could touch this heat shielding after 30 seconds or so, and you'd be able to put your hand on it.
Yeah.
Try doing that with some of the other systems on the market. So, you know, we're not so arrogant to assume that if Lamborghini do it, we shouldn't do it. I know it's if you straight pipe an exhaust and you remove baffling, you reduce unnecessary temperature. So it goes without saying that making a more efficient design makes exhaust gas temperatures drop. But with this thing and this heat shielding, it's going above and beyond what even exists on the OEM system.
Yeah, and it should actually help performance anyway, pushing the gases out better and less heat transfer. So, I mean, yeah, incredible system. A lot of tech that goes into these systems, as you can see, as you have heard, and you have heard the car in its own glory. If you want to know more, click and subscribe. Call us all the time. We're happy to pick up the phone. Lots more cool cars with cool exhaust systems coming out very soon. QuickSilver Sound Architects, the place to be. Thank you very much. See you guys soon.
Boom.